All right, so gonna shoot this video here. It's the morning after. I'm just so excited. I wanted to say a few more things, although I won't be able to upload this for another several days. This is the morning after of the post. So it started. I was writing about salt. I'm writing this document about salt and just kind of putting together some things I've found about. And I wrote it, I've made a sentence in there that there's rules. There's a rule. It's literally in the rules of Distilled Waters group cult that that we're not to discuss salt. I mean, it's not even discuss. It's like I was going. Okay, so the rules say that it's an unwelcome topic. We've already established that doctrine. It's all in the files. It's like don't even talk about it. It's basically in the rules. So I was writing about that sort of, and I went to Facebook to go into the group. To find out, just to kind of refresh and see what it is exactly it says. It was at that point that I realized that I had been removed from the group, which I kind of reacted a little bit. I had a little reactionary post, and I'm like, and I made this kind of long thing or little comment, whatever. Those who see my Facebook posts will know what I'm talking about. I basically posted Saturday, August 20th, 2016. I uploaded a video that contains a phone call that I got from Andrew Norton Weber and Donnie Diago. And also and I put it all on my blog site, Distilled Waters Fiasco Against Flat Earth, it's called. And in there is all the text. I got the transcripts and Donnie's posts that they made in Distilled Waters group in July. And a couple of emails that I exchanged with Andrew. So it's all right there. I know. So this video with the blog post, anyway, I uploaded that. I didn't post it on my Facebook yet. I uploaded it. And then it was last night I discovered I'd been removed from the group, which at first was kind of like, hey, what? Wait a minute, I was wanting to remove myself. I had this whole idea that I was going to make this post and a final post or whatever, and make a big hoo-dah about it, fucking stupid shit. But so I'm removed from the group, and here now it's the morning after I woke up. So I made a couple of posts. I'm like. But what the point I'm trying to make is that I'm relieved. I've been relieved, man. I feel so good. I'm feeling like, oh, wow, a burden has been lifted. I'm now free. I'm now able to express myself the way the way I think at any given moment, which does and has changed many times. So let's not get stuck and stagnate on any one thing. I mean, it's, there's certain things that serve us for a little while and then we move on, or maybe we don't, or we hold on to some pieces of that thing because it still is good, and then, we have some new ideas that develop or whatever. It's ebb and flow. We construct things or deconstruct. I'm here looking at my RV because destruct things, and check this out. I've been deconstructing my RV, which is quite metaphorical, and that other one's not mine, but that one is. This is my, it was a Toyota Dolphin trailer that I yesterday. I just finally decided I can't deal with all the mold and the wood and stuff that's whatever, so. But it's metaphorical of my life that I'm going through right now. Things are just changing and deconstructing, but I'm excited about, wow, I'm going to build something new, and I'm going to, at least have a flatbed truck. The thing runs great. So anyway, this video I want to make about I wanted to leave my hair down, first of all, too. About 6 months ago, I cut my dreadlocks because I just felt like it was stagnating energy that I didn't want anymore. I needed to get rid of. I ceremoniously buried the hair and even, and kind of released a lot of these old built up shit that I'd been holding on to. So, but the whole salt thing, this salt thing is so huge. Oh my God, people, I'm just barely scratching the surface because, like I said, it's been a complete doctrine rule. I mean, completely demonized. I mean, the salt has been so demonized. It's like all salt is bad or poison, right? It's like salt is poison, which in itself is just so absolutely absurd. I can't even just begin. But so this whole salt thing is huge. Okay, so I don't people that have known me and have maybe seen my videos, like I deleted my video last month or so. A month ago, I guess I went through and deleted all my urine therapy videos. I had a couple. One particular was urine washing that had almost 6,000 views that I deleted. And what was I going with that? So those that don't know me know that for the last 3.5 years, I've been a faithful advocate and a practitioner and advocate of urine therapy. I've drank copious. I mean, I've done many, many days of looping. Obviously don't drink it all, but that's been kind of the pattern of like drinking it all through the day. It's called looping. And also bathing. The big thing has been, for me, has been bathing with it because I take a dishpan. I still have my dishpans, which I used last night and I'm about to say. So I've been bathing in aged urine, which is, so an aged urine and it's oftentimes a mixture of fresh. For 3.5 years I've been doing this. Yet I still have a toenail fungus and there's still some, they've still got these bags under my eyes. I've been pretty blessed anyway with good health. So I can't really say that, I didn't start out with any major problems to heal necessarily. I did have a skin issue that I've been exposed to poison ivy or whatever. That's kind of how it started. It was topically, of course. Then I went into, into the whole Andrew Norton Weberism stuff. Started drinking distilled water, and drinking my urine, etc. So the point is that after 3.5 years of doing this practice, really quite faithfully, I mean, I haven't been completely on the diet as much as as I thought we should be, and who is. But I've been pretty well. Like I said, I've been blessed with good health. I've always tried to eat organic or good, healthy, good food. I like good tasting food. I mean, I'm a Taurus. I love the pleasure of good food, right? So been a faithful practitioner of urine therapy. And now, after 3.5 years, there was, 3 years, the beginning of this year, I started questioning about flat Earth, which in itself is a whole different, it was a topic like that's quite confusing and controversial. Really, I think the flat Earth idea only applies more or less to the physical dimension, which you might think of as 2D, or I'm kind of confused what's the difference really between 2D and 3D. I mean, there's these explanations, but there's like, there's different levels because 3D we perceive in our minds. So it's kind of like the 3D is sort of the mental aspect. 2D is like the physical plane. It's kind of just how I'm sort of putting it together. It could be all wrong, but whatever. 2D, things are flat. Water's flat. The earth, it's like there's a flat horizontal plane. You go up high in the sky, the horizon's flat. I mean, there's hundreds of arguments or, details and reasons why the earth is flat. I mean, it's quite obvious that NASA is a big lying bunch of thieves. So even just that is, a big deal. So anyway, this whole flat Earth thing has opened up my mind to many other deceptions and things were happening. So okay, so the year has gone by, and here it is. Then in June, I received phone calls by Andrew that you'll hear. If you want to go and read that on my blog and my other video, Distilled Water's Fiasco Against Flat Earth. It's all in there. The phone call I got, and then of course the post. So this whole thing kind of made this transitional split sort of thing. It's like, whoa, you're going to be that dictatorial and tyrannical against my thoughts and beliefs, and literally it's quite a religious, spiritual topic as well. Flat Earth, as is salt. look up salt in the Bible, and let me open your ideas about how important and how divine salt is. There's way more something deeper to this that I've eaten. Like I said, haven't even scratched the surface of it yet. I need to get to work. I got work, it's been a bit of a busy summer anyway. Now my RV's a big mess. So, I don't know, all this stuff is going on. I'm really quite happy though, as you might see already, anyway. I mean, it's ebb and flow. Sometimes I get mad and curse a little bit, but then I'm quickly start laughing again, and I'm like, yeah, right, whatever. Okay, that's a lesson learned. Let's just move on and be happy in this moment, because it's really quite amazing to be feeling like this, because and now I'm relieved of this burden of self-censorship. Oh my God, what's Distilled Water's going to think? Type thing. I feel like I've been under this hypnosis, really. There's been and I'm almost thinking that this whole cultish thing, there's some really dark things about what I've been discovering, and I'm kind of like, I haven't been wanting to say much about it because it's so shocking. How dark this is, and a few examples just now that I bring this up is in satanic ritual abuse practices, they use urine. In satanic practices in general, they drink blood. Urine is blood plasma. Also, and that's, what the fuck? Are you just, yeah, that's true. Look it up. Satanists and satanic ritual abuse practices. I have a couple of links that I've gathered and saved, but also, though, in witchcraft, urine is used in witchcraft spells as a binding agent. And other things, I'm not here to teach freaking witchcraft, but that's another point, that it's used in witchcraft. And there's this other site too by Himalayan Tirtha site. I'm a little weird. I tried to look into the source. I don't particularly like the source, and the there's a few problems, of course, with the text or whatever, and the hiding behind this, general title, Himalayan Master or something rather. So I have my doubts and skepticism about that, but the points that are brought up in there are quite shocking too, as well, and really just kind of, even if it's not true, it just makes you think. You got to think about this, because there is something way deeper to this whole topic than we have been led to believe. So I'm just, trying to keep it all in perspective. I got a dog to take care of and life to live, and my own, my own house is I'm staying in this house here that's, I got all my stuff. I still need to get rid of half of this crap, and whatever. And my RV is all a big mess. So here it is. Here we are, and feeling really good, man. I'm in this deconstruction phase. Metaphorical with the RV. It's kind of this whole deconstruction, demolition. I got the sledgehammer out and I'm pounding away because it's time. It's time to start cleansing this garbage that we've been holding on to, whatever it may be. And there's other things too, of course, in personal life. It's just, I feel so good and feel so liberated and just free now. Like that I've been kicked out of the group. Oh, it was, at first it was kind of like, what the fuck? I wanted to make my own post and remove myself. How dare you? Type reaction that I had at first. But now that I've slept on it and seen a lot of the comments, and I've got, like, this morning gone through a bunch of the comments and stuff, responses and reactions that I've got. It's really quite interesting to see. But I'm feeling very good right now. I just wanted to shoot this video and make these few comments, in addition to the other video I made yesterday that I'm definitely going to upload these 2 videos, I think, just raw and uncut. I'm not much into all this editing stuff. I just, so whatever. So here it is. Here we go, man. Let's continue on and keep on moving on. Be like water. But, distilled water, there's another problem with this distilled water is empty. And we've always been saying, oh, it's magnetic. It is. It's highly magnetic, and it will suck up and pick up any substance. Now, we've always said that it only picks up the inorganic, and there's this whole confusion between organic and inorganic, which is ridiculous. I mean, it has, there's value there, but we've expanded it way beyond what it's supposed to be. So the distilled water is empty. It is dead. And not like water can really be living or not, but it carries life-giving substance in it, which are the minerals. And, our bodies have been using and dealing with these minerals for a long time, a lot longer than we've been drinking distilled water, that's for sure. This machine distilled water, there's something dark about this too, I think. This whole combination of drinking the empty dead water with the anti-salt doctrine is very dangerous. And I say that with full conviction and force of not authority, my authority. You're gonna follow my authority, right? Fucking stupid. No, don't follow me. Oh my God. I make mistakes, man. I've been hypnotized and following this cult for the last 3 years, man. Don't follow me. You listen to what I say, and if it resonates in your heart, then make it a part of your decision. But you are fully responsible for your own decision, as am I. I don't want any damn followers. So, distilled water is empty, dead water. I think that we should be using spring water with salt in it, sea salt. So it is true that Morton iodized table salt and other brands of that bleached, chemicalized salt is indeed poison because of the poisons that they put in it. They bleach the sodium chloride down to just, whatever. With bleaching agents, these are bleaching chemicals, and it relieves residues of aluminum. There's another chemical, but mostly like aluminum. There was some other chemical I can't remember, but yes, that salt is poison. Stay away from regular table salt because that's not even salt. Okay, what you want is sea salt. Ideally, I think that's the number one, is to get out of the living active sea, which I did this last week. I went to the ocean myself. It's 40 miles away from here, and I found this little spot where the seawater comes up and collects in this little pocket and dehydrates, and there's a big pocket of salt in the bottom of it. I just picked that salt right up, took it home and cleaned it. I had uploaded the video on how I cleaned it. So getting sea salt, any kind of sea salt, I think, is good. And Celtic sea salt, if you want to pay the extra money, or even Himalayan salt, I'm not so sure about, because that comes from rocks deep in a mountain. Yes, maybe there's less pollution if even those fears are actual real. I mean, yes, there's pollution, but I think we also sensationalize and exaggerate a lot of these fears, and they're not near as bad as we think they are. Still take caution, of course. You want to be smart about things, but just don't buy into this whole fear porn garbage. Fear porn. Oddly enough, I got that from the whole legal name fraud bullshit too, which is another fear porn and a bunch of fraudulent garbage. The name is important. There's a whole whatever, another topic. But so I'm now obviously stopped drinking my urine and bathing in it. I bathed last night in salt. That's the thing I wanted to show, because my skin is soft and glowing. My hair is like fluffy and soft, just like I remember back when I take, not just like, this is even more, I think, soft, and I don't have that urine smell. I don't smell like freaking urine. It's the salt, people. I think it's really the salt. And I had a jar a while back in the Distilled Waters group. I took a jar. Definitely, I don't have it now. I didn't throw stuff out, but I took a jar where I evaporated the water off of the urine, and it collected the mineral salts. I think this was sodium chloride salts that it was in my urine. I evaporated the water, and I had this jar with all these sparkly crystals. So I'm really now beginning to think that it's the salt is the key ingredient in the reason why we have experienced soft skin and healing even internally. Whatever. So there's all different arguments about it, but I really think that salt is a very key ingredient here, and it's very peculiar that it's been so demonized. Like I said, there's some real dark agenda going on with the drinking of empty distilled water, and then recirculating of your own wastewater that your body's trying to get rid of, metabolic waste or refuse. It's like the ash. I mean, would you drink ash out of your fire pit? Or it's like this. That's kind of what it is. Metabolic. After the muscles and your body burns up energy, it relieves off this substance that's weight. It's like it's ash. It needs to be given back to the soil so that it can be reprocessed again, not drinking anyway. So I no longer drink distilled water. I'm almost, if I do, I think I'll keep my machine, but in case I'm in a place such as New Orleans or such, where the water is pretty bad off, I mean, it comes out of the Mississippi River down there. I'm sure it's fluoridated and heavily chlorinated, and who knows what other kind of chemicals and stuff are in it from agricultural runoff, etc., right? So, there is a big concern to get pure water. But when you run the water through a machine like that and distill it, you have removed everything from it. The water is now magnetic, and it will attract everything that it touches, and it will dilute your electrolytes if you drink enough of it. And so this is a dangerous combination. The distilled waters with the anti-salt doctrine is a dangerous combination that can, and drinking your urine, if you looping, I literally did feel at one point, it resulted in me backing off and cutting down. I pretty much stopped drinking for about a week or so, And then even really since then, I've only been kind of sipping on it until just about a month ago when I finally just, it sort of slapped me in the face, these whole things. And I've quit completely. Threw out all my aged urine jars. And, you know, my friends were all happy because I didn't smell like freaking urine anymore. So it's very taxing on your kidneys. When you're looping your urine, it is, and doctors told me this, and you know, I've felt it in myself because I had a pain in my lower back, and I know it was my kidneys when I was looping, and this was during the week when I was looping, you know, during a certain period when I was doing a full loop, and my kidneys were starting to hurt. And that's kind of what really, you know, started backing off on looping. I haven't looped really since then. I've only been, like I said, been sipping. So anyway, I think that is there's something in there about that. This is very hard on your kidneys. So I'm now, you know, readily admitting, take full responsibility for what I've said and done in the past, whatever, you know, but now I'm going to seek, I'm going to go about, you know, correcting my mistake. I admit fully that I'd made the mistake, and now it's time to you know, to really, you know, reevaluate everything. So I no longer, I recommend against drinking your urine for several reasons. Way more than the physical reasons that I just described, but it's also there's some very dark things about this that I'm you know, I haven't quite. I mean, you know, research is limited, and then of course the whole censorship of the internet. Anyway, Google is trying, you know, so it's hard to find actual truth and stuff. You have to just, you know, really kind of tune in with yourself and really just stand back from yourself even and evaluate what's happening rather than following your groupthink doctrinal issues or whatever it is. So anyway, just keep breathing. I'm just gonna conclude this video for now. I'm sure there's be more to come as I get inspired. Breathing, the breath, the cells breathe, you know. The breath is so important, but let's, you know, don't be afraid of salt anymore. This is a major thing. This whole salt thing I'm just starting to write about. So let's not be afraid of salt. And if you use distilled water, I recommend putting half a teaspoon or more even in that gallon of distilled water and putting it in the sun with the open lid if you can. Hopefully it's not dusty. You know, you don't want dirt in it, but you know, expose it to the sun for a couple of hours or in the air, you know. To revive it. You can, you know, I'm not so much on all the devices and stuff that you might use to magnetize it or whatever, but maybe they work. Who knows? You know, I've dissed on this Masaru Emoto guy. You know, I've disrespected him in the group back in the day when we were fighting against all these things and whatever. But there might be something to his work too. That how water holds energy. It carries life. It carries energy. You know, it's affected and influenced by our magnetic fields. I mean, our auras and our fields are changing our environment and giving us the experience that we are focusing upon. So pay attention to what you're paying attention to, because where attention goes, that's where the energy flows. So if we're paying attention to all these fear-mongering stuff, even if it's true, I mean, whether it's true or not, I mean, I think largely things are sensationalized and exaggerated. They're not really the way they're made out to be. You know, maybe there's some merit to a lot of it, but again, if you want to see change in the world, you have to be that change in the world. So focus on what you want in the world rather than being angry against all these terrible things that we don't want. Just, I mean, not to say maybe to ignore them, but yes, even that. Just shut them out. Ignore that stuff because it's not even real. Oh man, so much of it's not even real. I mean, you want to be smart about it. You don't want to be eating poison and chemicals and stuff, you know. You want to grow your own food? Oh my, that's a whole other big thing. Grow your own food. You want to bust down the system? Start growing your food. Disconnect from the grocery store's dependence. Yeah, this system is so fragile, based on an economy and trucks that deliver food and, you know, all the rest of it. It's like, but how empowering that is to grow your own food, even just in itself for taste wise and freshness. I mean, it's like there's no. I mean, there's just nothing like going outside your back door and picking your own salad for dinner. It's just really, I'm really been just super blessed this year to be able to do that, and I'm going to work forward to that next year to be all the more and you know, growing food, because that's a big, huge key right there to be able to remedy these situations that we're under, you know, and to be not non-dependent on this system, the matrix. And we gotta like disconnect, disengage. Yeah. So much love, peace, aloha, and aho matakwi awesome.